Welcome back, everyone, to Visions of Mana. Last time, we discovered that I'm a disembodied voice again. And we killed the Mantis Ant and saved Sylphid, the Wind Elemental. This time, we're heading into the Lefeya Plains.
What a snowstorm. At this rate, I'm gonna become a snowman. What are we supposed to do now?
We keep going, is what?
The alm's journey is never easy, as they say.
In the past, Lefeya was an idyllic area with a mighty river. The nearby parish was full of life and warmth. But tragedy struck 16 years ago when the moonlit parish Etern failed to send an alm to the mana tree. Without the protection of its elemental, the land was decimated by an endless blizzard. The cold so bone deep, it was as though time itself had frozen over. Etern lost all of what it was, and all it could have been, ravaged by its dreadful fate. The fear of that same destiny haunts us all. That is why we have to live life to the fullest, while we can.
I was wrong. It's
Everything's
not
frozen.
The plains to the drifts.
The plants, the wildlife, all of it.
And this blizzard is insane! Don't lose sight of the group or you'll never find your way back. So pick up the pace already!
This is a grim reminder of what happens to villages that don't send alms to the mana tree.
Yeah, this game's kind of dark.
Power of mana. Thanks for
I
the
kind of
pick-me-up.
forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, just like last time, for the majority of this, we're going to be exploring around and doing little
Rest
extra
up.
things. Yeah, I was thinking about how we could cross that gap, but obviously we couldn't, so I instead decided to go out and fight things. Because yes! Why wouldn't I fight things? That seems like a great idea. The risk of bodily harm is never never something I run away from. Yeah. If you don't like the exploration episodes, this one is definitely not one for you, because it is mostly us exploring stuff. There are a couple cutscenes in here. Yeah. At least I think so. I haven't watched the entire thing. I played it, but I don't remember everything, sadly.
Let me see. Nice.
I wish I did. It would be incredible if I remembered all my lines, because a couple of things I said were funny.
Yes.
Very few and far between, but a couple of them.
My breath is fogging up.
I can't feel my hands or my feet. Are we there yet?
It should be close. We better keep moving.
Wait, you're mountain folk. How are you cold? Shouldn't you be used to shit like this? Because, you know what? I'm just not gonna question it. Once again, if I bothered questioning things,
Gotcha,
things
sir.
wouldn't be right.
I'll take you all on. Take, protect everyone.
Yeah, here's where some of that mindless aggression starts to come back. I really need to curb that habit. Like, it sometimes works, but most of the time it doesn't. Like, it's a bad idea to just mindlessly swing.
Power of mana.
Oh, this part,
Let's
yeah.
ride this whirlwind.
Lesser Elemental Ares. Elemental Ares team with the power of the elements. If you possess an elemental vessel corresponding to the element of the Ares, the spirits inside will present you with trials to complete. You'll be rewarded handsomely should you succeed. So those are shade spirits, so sadly we can't enter here now. So we're obviously going to have to come back later. And that is also a shade stone, I believe. But yeah, we are definitely gonna have to come back later and re-explore all these because these are probably important. Plus the promise of rewards is very enticing for someone of my standards. And by that I mean a loot goblin.
This is getting
Yeah, and then we got a new weapon for Karina.
Yes.
I missed that one, and I decided to come back for it later, yeah. And by that, I mean I, like, basically run right back up there to go do it.
Let me see. Nice.
Yeah. I saw an enemy over here, and I wanted to show off what it could do. Yeah, I forgot I just nuked it right out the gate.
Next. This should be the last.
Yeah.
Easy.
When push comes to shove, I don't hold back.
Yeah. So there was a path down from that sheer cliff face.
Are you cold, Belle?
I'm fine. How are you holding up, Achoo!
Better than some in our party, it seems. Try to stay warm, okay?
Yeah, instead of going up the little ramp down the back end of it, I decided to come back over here to the silver thing. A, because it's just cool. And B, because I completely missed it the first time, and I just kind of looked over there and wasn't paying attention. Like I usually end up doing. It's incredible what happens when I decide to open my eyes and just start looking at things. But yeah, I eventually head back and I get that grizzly honey. I mean, syrup. Same thing!
Got some syrup.
Ah! Oh, this part. Yeah, so up and to the left is a thing that we are definitely not supposed to come back for until way later. Because, you know, ancient ruins. Anytime we see ruins anywhere, we typically find monsters that are freaking crazy. You know, because the last time we saw ruins was back in the Vale,
Taking this.
and that was, like, a good portion of the monsters out that way were, like, level 50. And I saw that, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And then, instead of taking my own advice and doing it, I instead hop up on these pillars to collect the grizzly honey, because I'm a greedy, greedy boy. And, you know, I look inside that little death pit, and I see enemies. And I'm like, oh, that seems neat. And then I hop down here, and then I see everything's level 50. You know, because that's so great. That's wonderful. That's lovely. Yeah, I want to be around level 50 enemies when I'm level 8. Actually, it might be level 6. It's kind of hard to tell. I think I'm level 8 at this point. But yeah, everything in there is level 50. And I made this joke earlier where it was the standard Dark Souls, if it bleeds, it can die.
Nice.
And then I told a fun story. So, way back when I was playing Elden Ring for the second time, the first time I was playing with my buddy Galhalt Gaming, otherwise known as Kevin, he was carrying me through the first time I had played and fought Radon. And it was neat. And then I decided I wanted to go back through and play the game again. Because the first time I played it, I didn't even get close to beating it. I think I killed Renala. And that's about as far as I got. Like, I beat the Moon Queen lady.
They were nothing but hot air.
But,
Okay, I'm over it. No more snow, ever. I can't believe I wanted to play in this frozen pile of misery.
But I
It's
really
freezing.
wanted to go and fight Radon again. So I decided that, oh, you know what's a great idea? I should just, you know, after I get my dinky little sword from the like the little rapier that gives you multiple sword things when you use its magic ability,
Taking this?
or like War Ash, I think is what it was.
Got some syrup.
I decided to go fight Radon, and I think I was like level 15.
Yes.
And I am not very good at video games, specifically Souls games. I enjoy them the most, but I am not very good at it. And I ran in thinking I was hot shit, and I was gonna beat this thing by myself, you know? Because I was like, I had an easy time last time, even though my buddies carried me through the mountains. So I'm like, yeah, we'll be fine. And I ran in, all ready to go, and I got instantly destroyed by Radon, and I probably fought him about 30 times.
A soul guard's resolve never
And I just
sways.
didn't do enough damage. Like, I just had no way of doing enough damage.
I thought there was a bridge here.
Do you suppose the snow destroyed it? Is it just me, or is the storm getting even worse?
Look, a light.
In a Terran? That's odd.
Maybe someone didn't get the message. So what should we do?
A Terran was built over the valley to bridge the gap. I suppose if we went through the parish, we might be able to cross safely.
That's as good a plan as any. If we debate any longer, we're liable to freeze solid in our tracks. How can the bridge be broken? What gives?
But yeah, I just thought it would be a fun story to tell.
I'm more surprised that we saw a light near the abandoned parish.
Someone must be over there. Let's keep heading toward Etern. Got some syrup.
Oh,
Taking this?
bad decision number 2 that I made. So the last time I fought one of these guys, I had a Valor Fly, and that fight took forever. I look across the way, I see another Valor Fly. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, this is a bad idea. Let's do it anyway.
Nice.
So I run over to the Valor Fly, and I pick it up. Whenever I decide to pick it up. I think I'm sitting here monologuing. Yeah, I do this thing, and I decide the smart thing would be to kill the little dude first, which it was. It was a good idea. I didn't realize something about the big dude, though. The big dude does a lot of damage. And I obviously don't know this yet, because I'm thinking, oh, I've got this, I'm cool. And then I accidentally press the button because I'm trying to pop open the magic menu. And I sit there spamming because I'm impatient and I really want this game to burn. Man, I really laid into this thing with fire magic, didn't I? Yeah, it doesn't get burned. Oh, this is where the badness happens. Yeah, so this is where the frozen status effect comes into place. Basically, if you get hit by frozen, you turn into a snowman and you can't move. All you can hope for is mashing the combo buttons will let you out. And then I get hit with silence, so I can't cast spells anymore. And if you look in the bottom left, you will see my health bar. That thing hits for a lot. That thing hits for like nearly 100 damage. And then Karina died. Yeah, this was not a very intelligent decision, and I still went ahead and did it. And I died because I didn't dodge.
There's a soul guard.
Yeah. Oh, and then this dude runs up again. Yeah. It's a good thing that Val actually has a lot of health compared to some of the other characters. It's great because I don't die every 2 seconds. But yeah, look at how much health this dude has. He just tanks. He's got a lot of health and he doesn't care, and he does a lot of damage. However, that's entirely because the Valor well, a good portion of that's because of the Valor Fly. And the rest of it is I'm levels below where this dude is supposed to be fought. Like, you're supposed to fight him either matching his level or above his level. I am below his level, and I think that in my quest to do this game on hard, I'm a genius. And then Karina dies again. And I think to myself, I got this, I can do this by myself. When that bubble flew by, I got really scared. And then when that happened, I popped that, and I was very glad I did. Because look at how much more damage I do. Instead of doing 1 damage, I do 2 damage a turn. Also, I nearly die again.
Here, use this.
Yeah, no, this thing kind of just slapped my face into the dust. It hurt a lot just being around. Like, a lot of damage was happening, and I ran away. Look at that, a level up right up the gate.
It's calling to me.
Yeah, it was rough. That fight was rough. Like, it was bad. Yeah, and then I see the 2 treasure marks on my map, and I'm like, oh, there's gotta be some here. And I think it's probably like a little ledge just below me. No, there's like a whole drop-off down the cliff that you have to go down in order to get those treasure chests. And it's like, oh, great, that's neat. And I'm like, you know, I could take my time and just come back for this later, or I could go get it now. And I wanted it now. So I get this chest, and I run over, and I look for the other chest. Little did I know that once I land on top of the frozen lake after collecting this grizzly honey, that there was something else terrifying there for me.
Grizzly!
Because yes, I can't stop making poor decisions.
Let me see. A rare item.
So yeah, I pick up the ample incense, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. Or I could just use this and get me some XP.
Here, use this.
And I'm like, oh, look, a luck fly.
Looks like
Oh,
I'm
that
in luck,
means,
huh?
we can do something cool. And then thinking, because I just killed that big guy, I'm all good.
Just the hard way, huh?
This dude is almost worse. And this is kind of when I start to realize that heavy attacks are the way to go. Again, like, I realized it before, and then I realized it again. Because I'm mashing the heavy attack, and I'm seeing the gain in my CS gauge on the bottom. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. And then we start this part. So, unfortunately, this thing attacks in just the perfect way to counter my hyper-aggressive play style. So the first thing I want to do is go in for the attack.
Fireball!
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am not very smartsicles, and I don't know how to stop myself. So I run straight in, and I catch attacks right in the face, like a fool, because I just can't be patient.
Fireball!
Like, seriously.
Salamando!
Yeah, it's rough. I just sit here and I just wail on this thing forever. And it just won't die. And it hits for a lot of health. And yeah. This time I actually swapped because I want to get this thing done kind of fast. So then I actually read her stuff, and I'm like, oh, I can just use this to make this easier.
Carry on from here.
Yeah. I think that's like the only time I use Karina this entire fight. Besides to just, you know, for damage. You see, I just keep letting those things hit me. I need to not let them hit me, but I'm just blind or stubborn. Put them in the nice words. Yeah, I just kind of sit there for a while and just keep getting hit and keep hitting back when I should be doing the dodge button. And then I don't pay attention to Karina's health bar at all. Because if that thing hits her with a combo, she's dead. Yeah, like, I did that to myself when I didn't mean to. I meant to do that to Karina. And the Phoenix Forward. Once again, I was impatient. I really should have waited for the defense down again. But still, once again, I just didn't want to be patient, and I just wanted to get it over with. And that was a poor idea because Karina dies. I almost die because I almost get caught up in that. So I sit there and I heal myself. I'm like, I'm not going to use that extra cup of wishes. This thing's almost dead. So I just run in and I start going for it. And this is the longest part of the fight by far, because he and I just trade constantly. And I only hit for a little bit of damage. And then I remember that the lock-on feature is a thing. Oh, I'm not getting hit by this thing. Yeah. I don't know how you're supposed to get out of that. Do you like need to have another party member like hit him for high enough damage or something? I don't know. And then Hina takes the hit. Yep, and then I try and go for that, and it just doesn't work. And I just keep trying to hit him over and over again, and I just keep taking the same attacks over and over and over. And I'm just not learning my lesson at all. And he keeps punishing me for it. Like, I don't have enough time to do a full air combo. Like, I have to do the heavy attack, otherwise, yeah. And I know I only have enough time to do the heavy attack, but I still keep trying to do more than just the heavy. And then I start doing stupid crap like that, where I just get right underneath him.
Take this!
And then I finally start to pay somewhat attention to what he's doing. And then finally he dies, and Karina gets back up with one health.
Sure showed them.
Yeah, no, I should not have challenged that fight like I did. I was being stubborn and dumb.
A rare item.
Yeah, and then I realized I only had 2 cups of wishes left. Yeah.
This.
Yeah. I was not prepared to do that in the least, and I really should have waited. I should have been more patient, but I just didn't want to be. So that was my own fault. And then I talk about that glowing light up there that's taunting me because there's a treasure chest. And the grizzly syrup that's up there, and I want it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. But, you know, I can't do that, so I head over this way to get the main quest done. Yeah, I still can't believe I was able to scale up that cliff. That was kind of cool. I didn't think I was going to be able to just jump on the rocks.
Look at the view from here.
It's lovely. So majestic.
Now, if only the storm was raging, it'd be perfect.
And then because I realized how badly matchups like the ones that I just went in were, I decided that I wanted to get some XP for the levels, especially since I had the cookie up, so I'd get a little bit more.
Okay, who's next?
Yeah. Venting frustrations on the weaker enemies. And then instead of going up to the main point, I decided to start exploring again. Now this part that's coming up, I go and get the treasure chest, and then I see an elemental ARE. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can challenge this element, the lesser ARE, because I have the wind vessel. I didn't realize how much of a bad idea this was. Like, this was a really bad idea. Like, just watch what I do. I go for the aggression right out the gate. I get punished. I try and deal damage to this thing, and everything just rocks me. I get just beat on. So then I sit in the menu for a second. I heal up with a candy. Then I start swinging for the Griffin Claw, which was probably the best idea here. Try and get some of the heavier stuff out. But I just keep being so aggressive, and it keeps getting me in trouble. But yeah, this is like right around the time where I noticed that I actually have a time limit, and I think to myself, oh no, that's bad. So now I have to try and kill all the things, and instead of fighting that harpy back, I try and kill the other one to get it done and out of the way, when I should have left it alone. I should have just let it come to me later, because it was already weak, instead of trying to finish off the weaker enemies. And then I realize I'm running out of time, so I just lay into whatever thing happens to be near me. And then I keep missing the attacks. And yeah, I keep laying into the heavy attacks, which is keeping it stun locked and keeping it from hitting me. But I see that, and I'm like, oh, enemy reinforcements, great. I couldn't have finished it anyway. I just don't do enough damage at this point in the game where I can favorably go do that. Because after you kill the first wave, there's a second wave. And there's just no way I can get to do that. And that is going to be it for this episode of Visions of Mana. I will definitely be seeing you guys next time, because I still haven't figured it out yet.